All right, so we're on to part 3 now. All the glue's dried from part 2. I'm ready to move on to. I did a little bit of filling the other night with this wood putty. I'll show you here just a second. So I went around the layout, and there's a couple spots I needed to fill right here, and I've gone around. There's a few big gaps around. This is just wood putty. Last time I used drywall filler, and it worked well, but it shrank. So this time I tried this Elmer's wood putty. I just got it at Home Depot. And it kind of applies like toothpaste. And it dries hard. And it's sandable. So I went around and filled in a few of the bigger gaps. And now that after I do the next step, I'm going to be going in and filling in some more gaps. Alright, so this step is my favorite. Because we're going to go around the thing. With a brush, I'm going to lightly go around all the foam where it has a slightly harder edge, and I'm just going to kiss it and see what it does there. Just smooths it right out. And we got to make sure not to get too carried away with it, and also make sure the area is nicely ventilated. You don't want to breathe in the smoke that comes off the foam. See how it smooths that out? In any areas you make a mistake where the foam retracts too much, you can always hit that with your wood putty after. There we go. Perfect. You just got to be really careful because the foam shrinks really fast to the heat. I'm just going to go over all of my foam. Alright, so we're all done now. I've gone over everywhere except where the track goes. As you can see, I do a feathering over top of the flat areas, and that gives it a bit of a texture that it's not so noticeable now, other than the burn marks. But when you put the ground covering on it, it'll definitely become more visible. So you just go around and you smooth out all the rough edges. That'll make everything look much nicer when you cover it all up. So I'm going to go around some of these edges now with the wood putty, and then we should be ready for ground cover after the putty dries. So now I'm just going to go around and just feed some putty into the areas that have gaps, like right along there. Now I've gone around all the rock features or hills, and I've just put a little bit of wood putty at the bottom of them, just so it blends it into the terrain better. Now I just have to wait for it to dry and we can put our ground cover on. Also, there was a break in the wood where my two pieces of wood met. I filled that in with the wood putty. There's also a couple screw holes, and I'll sand those down smooth because you don't want anything rough or oddly shapen under your water. So yeah, that's as far as we're gonna go tonight, and I'll hit you up for part 4.